everyone, welcome back to our channel. For those who are preparing for CSIR NET, Life Sciences and Chemical Sciences are really doing good, and a very good news which we were expecting so long has come, which is going to be this joint CSIR NET, or we can say UGC NET examination, June 2022 notification, and the application process has started. So today I'll be talking about how we can apply and what are the subject scores, and we are going to also talk about the eligibility and who can apply for chemical sciences and also life sciences. So just join along with me, and a very happy news again for all of us. So the application has already started, which is from yesterday onwards, and it's going to be till 10th of August, and we are going to talk in detail about it. So with no more delay, let's get started to the video. So now let's talk about the informations and the dates at a glance. So we are going to talk about all the dates, the fee details, and how the application process for this is going to happen. Very important thing you have to note down is the website, so which is given over here, and then the application has already started, which is from yesterday onwards, which is 11/7/2022, and you can finish off your application till 10/8/2022 up to 5 p.m. And the last date for successful transaction, which is you can pay your payment till 10/8/2022 till 12 o'clock, or we can say 11:50 only. So make sure you apply it earlier. That's very helpful for you. And the application fee details is given. If you are belonging to general or general EWS, you have to pay ₹1,000. And if you are belonging to OBC NCL, non-creamy layer, and you have to pay ₹5. And if you are belonging to SC or ST, you have to pay ₹250. And if you're belonging to the third gender, then you can pay $250. And if you are a person with disability, then there is no fees for you. And you can make your transaction through your debit card, credit card, or internet banking or UPI, which will be available. Okay, yes. So let's talk about when can I do correction if I make some mistakes. So you can do your corrections online from 12/8/2022 to 16/8/2022 if there is going to be minor mistakes, not major mistakes. And the downloading of your admit card will be notified later in NTA website. And we already know about the mode of examination, which is going to be online or computer based test. And ultimately we know about the pattern of examination, which is always going to be MCQ type, and we know the duration of the examination is going to be 3 hours 180 minutes, and we know that there's going to be part A, part B, and part C. We know all the pattern and everything detail about it, and the timing of the examination on the date of the examination is not scheduled, or it's not been told by the NTA for now, but you have to look in for the NTA website carefully, and you have to register through your email ID so that you'll get all the updates from your NTA. And the center and the date also will be announced, but the examination center, which is actually given in the brochure that you can check in over, and the declaration and the other things will be notified later or announced later. So this is going to be the website you are going to apply to. So this is very important for all of you. So make sure you start application process by today, and you have a month, or we can say 10 August, you have time. So all of you know about how the examination pattern is going to be, but for our convenience, let's do it once again. So we know about the pattern of examination, which we know there are going to be 3 parts or 3 sections: part A, part B, and part C, whether it is going to be for chemical sciences, earth sciences, life sciences, or mathematical sciences, or physical sciences. So part A is mainly aptitude, part B subjective, and part C application oriented questions you'll be having. So we know there are going to be 145 questions, but you are going to deal only with 75 questions, and we already know about these things, so I'm just moving on to the rest of the things. So very important thing you have to take this into consideration is about the subject codes. So when you're applying, you need to know which subject code you're going to put in over in the check-in box. So if you are belonging to chemical sciences, then you have to go in for 701, which is the subject code. If you are belonging to life sciences, then you have to put in 703. Very important. If you are belonging to life sciences, and if you are belonging to chemical sciences, the subject code is very important. So make sure it's going to be 701 for chemical sciences. If physical sciences, 705. Mathematical sciences is going to be 704. Very important, because we are going to deal this one together. Yes, and we already know about the syllabus and all these things. Let's talk about the rest of the things for now. The next is going to be the eligibility criteria. We have already done a video on it, but we know about who can apply for it, which is MSc in any of these fields. It can be integrated or any of these things. What's the percentage of mark? You can check in over page number 43, which will be available in the annexure, whether it is for physical sciences or chemical sciences or life sciences. So now I'm going to take you to the application process, which is really crucial. So make sure you're watching it thoroughly. The first thing that you're going to do is just type in csirnet.nta.nic.in. When you're going to type in over, you will be redirected to a page where it will be directing you to join CSIR UGC NET examination NTA pages. It's very important. Check in over here. So you'll be seeing the candidate activity. In that, you are going to select registration for join CSIR UGC NET June 2022. After that, you're going to see a dialog box which is going to be over there. You're being redirected to an external website. So click on to OK, and it will be again taking you to another one. After that, you're going to see a page like this. In that, if you are starting your application process, then click on to new registration. If you have already done your registration, then you can check in using your sign in option. So I'm just going to start my application. So I'm just clicking on to new registration. So let's do it. And after that, it will be taking you to this website or to this site, we can say. So you're going to see three important things: registration, application form, fee payment. So these are three steps which we are going to do. And this one is very important. Download information bulletin. So I was explaining all the details, the criteria, everything from this bulletin. So you can download the bulletin before application process, check in all the details of it, then go in for the application procedures. So you are going to see registration, application form, fee payment. So this we have already done. We have talked about the fee payment and we have talked about all the things. So I have already done. So I'm just directly taking you to the final pages. Or we can say I have downloaded the information bulletin. You have to click in over here, this one, and they were talking about the passwords and all those things, and click here to proceed. So now let's talk about the registration process, which is very important. So make sure you're doing everything properly. The first is going to be personal details. So type in for your candidate's name exactly in your 10th mark sheets or any of your equivalent qualifying degree, and your father's name, your mother's name, and the date of birth exactly in your 10th mark sheets, and your gender, and then your identity type. Okay. Yes, the identity type, you can choose any one of these things: PAN card, passport, voter ID, ration card with photograph, and a bank passbook, driving license. If you have Aadhar card, then you can click on to any other valid government identity with a photograph. So after that, type in for your any of the identity card details. So I'm just going to type in for the Aadhar card details. You can type in whichever is available for you, and then you can just proceed on with the rest. The next is going to be the present address, so where you are exactly staying. So just type in for that locality, and then your country, the state, district, and the pin code. And very important, this is very important, because all the notification you will get only in your email ID, and all the updates will be coming to your email ID. So make sure you're typing your email address, and when you're confirming your email address, type in properly. And the next most important thing in your registration process is your phone number. Your email ID and the phone number is the most important thing that you're going to do while doing your registration process. So confirm your mobile number. If you have your alternate number, then you can proceed on with the next. The next one is going to be the permanent, or we can say present address. And if you have permanent address and the present address is going to be the same, then you can click on to that as same as present address. Or if you are having a permanent address somewhere else, you can just click on to it. I'm just clicking same as present address here. And then the next most important thing, because you are going to type in when you're going to sign in, password is very important. So let's do that password. So this is very important. It has to be 8 to 13 characters long, and you need to have your uppercase alphabet, lowercase, along with any special character and any number. So type in carefully and then you can proceed on with the next one. And then security question, you can choose any of the security question. If you forget your password at any moment, it will help you to do it. And then enter the security pin which is given, which is above. You can just type in. So I will type the one which is given, and after that you can actually type in submit button. Check in once again when you're going in for the submit button, because this is the last process that you're going to do it during your registration. If anything goes wrong, you cannot make changes again. So when you're doing registration, make sure you're doing it perfectly. Okay. After that, it will tell you please review the following information carefully, because they are going to send you OTP. So if you want to make any changes at any point of time now, then you can click on to edit registration form and then you can press submit and send OTP. Yes. So just close it and now check in for all the informations. So check in whether your name is correct. So you have to check in for your name, date of birth, your father's name, your mother's name, your gender, address, mobile number, very important, and your email address. If everything seems correct and if you have written everything correct, then click on to all the check-in boxes and then you have to go in for the declarations. So here this declaration is very important. Without clicking this, you cannot proceed further. So click on to I agree and then submit and send OTP. Do you wish to submit? It will ask you, just click on to S and you are going to get your OTP number. So you just type in your OTP which is sent to your phone number and then click on to submit registration form. If you want to make any changes at any point of time, make it now itself and then it will be directing you to the next one. So we have done with the registration form. And now we are moving on to the application form and finally the fee payment. So you can check in over here. You can see application form which is incomplete and the fee payment is incomplete. The first one we have done, so we are moving on to the next one. The very important thing you have to note down is the application number. So make sure you type in or take a photograph of this one, because this will be helping you add further references. So make sure you're doing all this thing properly. And after you have made note of this one, then click on to complete application form, then you will be taken to the next page. This is very important. Here you will be talking about your personal details, your Aadhar details, exam center, qualification and additional documents, and what are the documents you have to submit. Very specifically your photograph, your signature, and if you're belonging to any of the category, not the general one, you'll be uploading that, and finally we will go for submit. So I'm going to click on to the personal details, which is actually here. So I'm just going to click on to this and it will be taking me to the next one. So the same thing we have done, whatever you have done, you just leave it. And gender is done. Are you a single girl child in your family without brother or sister? If the case you are the single child, then click yes or else click no. And very important, nationality, click in Indian if you are belonging to India. And then category, whether you're belonging to general, SC, ST, OBC or general EWS. And click on to it, and if you are a person with disability, then you can mark yes or else click on with no. And the next important thing is, are you diabetic? If you have diabetes, then you can click on to yes or else click on to no. Then click on to the annual income, which can be whichever is your annual income, your family income. Then click on to that. And the next thing is, just type in for the enter security pin, case sensitive, just type in for that. And then if it is done, then click on to save and next. So let me do that. After that, click on to save and next and just submit by clicking yes. The next is very important, Aadhar number. Do you have an Aadhar number? If you have Aadhar number, click on to yes. If you don't have, you can click on to no. So I'm just click on to yes and then submit. Okay, this is very important. So here you can see very important things. You have to read it once again. I voluntarily agree to share the Aadhar number is the first one. And my information on Aadhar number, some people will be having Aadhar number, some address, and you will be typing another address which you might be residing in a different place. In that case, going for the second option. Or I'm not willing to share my Aadhar number. Usually you can click on to first or the second one. So I'm just clicking on to the first one. Okay, you have to type in for the Aadhar number here, very important. So type in for the Aadhar number here. So let me type in the Aadhar number and then click on to declaration. I confirm that I have read all these things, and then again type in for this security pin. So let me type in. Okay, the next step is going to be exam and the center details. So we are dealing with this. So apply for this is very important, guys. So make sure you are marking it properly. If you are applying for Junior Research Fellow JRF, or you are applying for lecturership or assistant professor, we already know about the age criteria or the age limit, which is for JRF 28 years and above. There's a relaxation for 5 years for females and for SC, ST and PWD. And if you want to become a professor, then you can apply for LS. So I'm just clicking apply for JRF, and subject opted for NET examination. So we already know about 5 options or 5 subjects: chemical science, earth science, life science, mathematical science and physical science. If you're belonging to chemical sciences, then you can mark chemical sciences, which is 701 subject code. Or if you're belonging to life sciences, then click on to life sciences. So I'm clicking on to life sciences, and you can select any of your specialization. If you are from biotechnology background, BTech in biotechnology or BSc in biotechnology, then you can click on to that one. And medium of question paper, you want in English or Hindi, I'm just clicking on to English. And the choice of examination cities are given here. So you can randomly choose 4 cities of your interest. If you want to know about what are the things that are available, you can check in for page number 45, which is available in the brochure, where you will get the list of exam cities for this examinations. So I have clicked some of the examination center of my interest, and then next you are going to go in for father or guardian occupation, yes, and then the qualification, and then your mother's occupation or your guardian's occupation, then your mother or guardian's qualification. And the next one is very important: whether you have taken any admission in regular course, not the correspondent courses, in MPhil or PhD course. If you have registered, click on to yes. If no, then click on to no. Then you can go in for whether you have completed. If you have completed this, if you have clicked no, then it will ask you whether you have completed your master's degree. If you are clicking on to yes, then it will ask you from which university. So let me show you which university you have taken admission. This is very important. If you have clicked yes, I have taken MPhil or PhD somewhere else, type in for the university and when did you get admitted or admission to MPhil or PhD program, you have to type into this. Suppose if you have not registered, then click on to no. Then it will ask you whether you have completed master's degree, which of these things. So they'll ask you, then you can click on to yes or no. Then you can proceed on to the next one, which is enter security pin, and then you can save and proceed on to the next one. The next comes the qualification details. This is very important, so make sure you have your mark sheet in hand and you're proceeding. Graduate, whether your bachelor's, BSc or BTech, whatever it is, and then you have to fill in your postgraduate qualification. So past status, you can just click pass if you have passed. Suppose if you are belonging to final year of result awaited category, then you can click on to this. Result awaited will be for BTech graduate, not for BSc graduates. So you can just click on to passed, or if result is awaited, just click on to that. And when did you pass, you have to click on, and what is your course. It is given lot of courses, so I'm just clicking on to BTech, and then examination from. So let's do examination from India or outside India option is also available, and you have to click on to which university and what is the percentage or CGPA. So you can just click on to according to your university, and date of admission you can just click on, and then the total marks. How much is the total marks? So for our understanding, I'm just typing randomly according to your university. You can just choose. So I'm just typing obtain mark, how much mark you have got, and it will show you the percentage, which is 83% showing, and you have to type in for the date. So just type in for the date, something, and then institution name, and then the institution pin code. Just type whichever is available in that, and then proceed on to the postgraduate, your PG degree. And if you have passed, click on to passed. If you have not graduated your master, suppose if you are in BTech, then your result is awaited, then click on to result awaited. If not, write as not applicable. Okay, and the year of passing, so we will write it, and the course stream, just click on to whichever it is, and then examination from India and your university you can choose, and result mode it will be showing you, and then the date of admission and the institution pin code. And finally you are going to click on to the security pin and save and continue to the next one. So the next is going to be the additional details. This is very important if you're belonging to, or if you are doing your PhD, whether already a doctoral student, then click yes, or else click on to no. And then type in for your specialization. If you are belonging to minority, click on to yes, and then name of the minority you can just type in, and then the annual income, and then you can type in for your security pin, and you can proceed on to the next one. The next one is going to be document upload. So this is very important, photograph and a signature, and I told you result awaited certificate. So if you are in the final year of your MSc, or if you are BTech final year, then you have to get a certificate which is available in the brochure. You can see it is in page number 52. This annexure attestation form, you have to get a signature from the head of the department where you are studying, and after getting this attestation certificate, you have to upload that in this column, we can say. So photograph has to be in this size, which is minimum 10 KB to 200, and signature has to be 4 KB to 30 KB, and this PDF, so this result awaited certificate should be in the PDF, which is 50 KB to 200, and choose all this thing and then apply. And finally the next one is going to be the payment one. I already told you, you can pay through your debit card or credit card, and for general is 500, and for the rest of the things is 250, and for PWD there is not going to be any payment. So accordingly you can make the payment, and finally click on to final submit button. So it will ask you one time for edit option. You can check in over. If everything is fine, then you can click on to proceed, and you can submit those things. So today I was talking about how to apply for this joint CSIR UGC examination, which is yet to come. So application is started, and make sure you're finishing off this application process before August 10th. Without any fail, and also make payment before. And I hope this video has really helped you for applying, and if you have any queries, you can put on your questions in the comment section, or you can just join a Telegram channel, which will also be useful for you, and you can mail to our info@biotechnica.org. Thank you so much all of you for your time, and I'm going to meet you in the next video. Thank you all of you.